You should have acted. They're already here. The Elder Scrolls told of their return. Their defeat was merely a delay. Till the time after Oblivion opened. When the Sons of Skyrim would spill their own blood. But no one wanted to believe they even existed. And when the truth finally dawns, it dawns in fire. But there's one they fear. In their tongue, he is Dovahkiin, Dragonborn.
Let's see. History. Merethic history. Welcome to Serana's Solstheim Island Lore Part 2. Today we are going over the island's history in the Merethic Era. This is broken into two different parts. The Nord victories over the Snow Elves, or Falmer, and the Skal creation myth and their ancient history. The Battle of the Mosring and the Fall of the Snow Prince. Like a sudden, violent snow squall that rends travelers blind and threatens to tear loose. The very foundations of the sturdiest hall, the Snow Prince did sweep into our numbers. Indeed, the ice and snow did begin to swirl and churn about the elf, as if called upon to serve his bidding. The spinning of that gleaming spear whistled a dirge to all those who would stand in the way of the Snow Prince, and our mightiest fell before him that day. Lochheim. In the late Merethic Era, the Atmorans under Ysgramor had travelled south to the modern-day lands of Skyrim, building their first city of Saarthal. However, the Snow Elves had besieged the city and drove out the Atmorans in the event known as the Night of Tears. Sometime later, Ysgramor returned to Skyrim and had begun his purge against the Snow Elves in the Nordic Falmer War, spanning for quite some time. The last known battle was on the region of Solstheim, in the Battle of the Mosring, the last stand of the Falmer. Leading the remaining Falmer is the Snow Prince, the last of the Snow Elven hierarchy. Ysgramor had travelled for Solstheim after devastating the Falmer on the mainland, encountering the remnants of the Snow Elven army at the Mosring Mountains in the northwest. In the beginning, the Atmorans were overwhelming the Snow Elves, cutting through them with ease until the arrival of the Snow Prince, who single-handedly crushed the Atmorans greatly. The spear of the Snow Prince was legendary for the battle, as it killed various figures, such as Frida Oakenwand and Heimdall the Frenzied. Amidst the slaughter, the Snow Prince had killed the mother of a lowly 12-year-old girl, Finna, a squire to her mother. Enraged, Finna grabbed her mother's sword and pierced it into the Snow Prince's breast. This gave the Atmorans the leeway to ultimately defeat the Snow Elves in Solstheim. This was the end of the Elven race's illustrious history, although small remnants took to isolation, never to be heard from again. Ysgramor and his chieftain gave the Snow Prince a proper burial, with the exception of Stalhrim, which was reserved for Nords. His burial ground became Jolgeir Barrow. From then on, the Nords had conquered Solstheim, and eventually the Dwemer settled in lands far from Nordic cities, resulting in Chardak and Falptarts. Okay, now we turn to the people who still inhabit the island today, the Skal. Solstheim's creation myth, the guardian and the traitor, Varlok the jailer. The battle between Varlok and Mirac resulted in the land splitting and becoming Solstheim. The guardian, whom the legend presents as a paragon of loyalty and nobility, finally defeats the despicable traitor who seems to represent all that is corrupt and evil in men. Their epic duel is clearly representative of a greater struggle between good and evil. Perhaps it is this timeless quality that has kept the tale alive for so long. Lucius Gallus. The modern-day Skald of Solstheim are the descendants of the dragon cult that ruled over Solstheim sometime after Ysgramor's reign, as the dragon cult was prominent. One such priest, Merethic, who was the first known dragonborn, long before the appearance of Saint Alessia in Cyrodiil, Merethic could absorb the dragon souls, giving them unbeknownst power that would eventually lead to their downfall. 3 dragon priests, known as the Acolyte priests, would follow Merethic and disown the dragon cult. The leaders of Bromjunar had sent the warrior priest Valok to defeat Merethic. The battle between these two forces resulted in the mainland splitting, and that broken piece of land became modern-day Solstheim. In an epic battle between good and evil, the two priests had battled until Valok had emerged victorious. The Acolyte priests were defeated, from Azadal to Zakrisos. The tale of the Guardian and the traitor became a cautionary tale to the Skald tribe, as a warning for the inevitable return. Valok became the ruler of Solstheim, and the dragon cult of Solstheim remained isolated from the rest, resulting in their transformation into the modern-day Skald. Contrary to the dragon priest's rule in Skyrim, Valok was seen as a wise and just ruler, bringing an age of prosperity and peace to Solstheim and its people.
So, Merethic was a dragon priest and a dragonborn. He turned against the dragons and can absorb their souls just like myself. But what does it matter if there is more than one dragonborn? Why can he be the only one? If he was so special, then why didn't Alduin target him? I'm the dragonborn who took down Alduin, not Merethic.
Well, Torald, you are right, of course. What we have here is a case of supreme jealousy.
I kid. It's all just getting more intriguing, but I do think it is important to find out about our enemy before we confront him. It only gives us more power to take him down.
Agreed, my wife. When we do face him, we won't be caught off guard. Hopefully, at least. But from the sounds of it, he's not just some charlatan. He actually is a dragonborn, and has a whole cult behind him. So far, all I have seen are Dunmer followers. My guess is that he is one too.
Possibly, my love. Well, that wraps up another Serana Island lore. Next, we'll discuss the later era, and after that we'll get into the fauna and flora.
They're talking about they're growing less food. Might not be enough for everybody, unfortunately. But you are the counselor here, Laryl Morvain?
Back from the brink, traveler. I don't know how to thank you.
Whether you're simply visiting or staying here, I think you'll find our citizens will welcome you with open arms.
All right then.
Your contributions have earned you citizenship here, friend.
Have they?
I'll always consider you one of us.
All right. How are things now that the mines are open again?
With the mines open, Raven Rock has become a significant colony of the Dunmer people again. I've been able to convince my superiors at House Redoran to send me the resources that they've been denying, now that we're deemed more important. Soon, we'll have a steady supply of workers and materials to keep things going for years to come.
Good. So, tell me about House Redoran.
You've never heard of House Redoran?
Of course I have.
We're the mightiest of the great houses, and we lead the Council, the ruling body of Morrowind.
Council, you mean there's no Jarl here?
This isn't Skyrim, Outlander. A group of powerful and influential Dunmer families have been ruling Morrowind for millennia. They embody a council made up of 5 great houses: Telvanni, Dres, Indoral,
Yes, I
Sadras,
know all
and
that,
Redoran.
actually. But you said Redoran leads the council.
Well, of course. With 4 other houses on the council, someone has to keep the rabble organized. Our house leads the council by virtue of our preeminence in battle, wisdom, and ancestral glory.
Sounds rather complicated.
Yes, I imagine it would to someone not of our people. If you're interested in pursuing the subject, help yourself to any of the historical volumes in my library.
Actually, I did take one. So, you rule all of Solstheim.
Solstheim is theoretically under my rule, but without revenue from the mine, I lack the resources to actually govern anything but Raven Rock itself. Not that there's much beyond the confines of our town anyway.
So Raven Rock is the only settlement on the island?
Well, there's a small enclave of Nords to the north in Skal Village.
I know that, but...
They pretty much keep to themselves, and we both like it that way. Then there's Tel Mithrin to the east. The Telvanni live out there. Sort of a strange lot. But since we're both from Morrowind, we get along. Other than that, Solstheim is crawling with bandits and reeklings. But that's to be expected living in a frontier like this.
I've already run into them. On the west side, anyways. After we go to Fort Frostmoth, I'll probably have to go to that Tel Mithrin. Right, so since you are the counselor that's in charge of all of Solstheim for House Redoran, you are the one in charge. Do you know someone called Merethic?
Do I?
Ugh,
What a
again.
strange thing. It sounds so familiar, and yet I cannot place the name.
Can you tell me anything about him?
I'm not even sure. I can picture a temple here on Solstheim. Must have been a bad dream.
Oh, it's a bad
My
dream.
doors are open if you wish to discuss matters involving Raven Rock.
This is like the perfect place to read. Ah, look at this ornate chair. It's like a little throne. This is the House Redoran symbol, a big... It's not a beetle, I believe it's called a scarab or something like that. See, it's on their banners. Huh. I respect them more than the others. I've read the history of Morrowind. I'm glad Redoran came out on top. The best house. I think Auntie would prefer the Telvanni, but... This weather has not stopped. Of course, the one orc in the whole place, probably the whole island, maybe even, or at least in the civilized parts of it. He's a loan shark.
Good to see you.
He goes around asking for repayment to his loans. Okay, I want to make a dragonbone sword. So, where's Constance? All the other merchants are gone, just her and the smith. I need to sell a few more things, but no one... They're out of gold, so... There's Constance. Right, let's get that dragonbone and create the sword. Let's actually see what I need for it first. Right, this is doable. 3 leather strips, 1 ebony ingot, 4 dragonbone. I believe... Aren't I carrying some dragonbone? Or did it give it all? Anyways, let's do this.
Good to see you.
I need the Tannirak, please.
Hello, friend.
Leather. More leather. Let's get some leather strips.
You've been a good friend to me. That means something.
Is that... And Constance, or I can take it from you, Inigo.
Something on your mind?
I think you have 5 on you. Which is perfect, because I can sharpen it after 2. Let's trade.
Okay, let us see what we have.
My best friend is a giant cat. Cat man. And I'm fine with that. Why do you have a longbow here? This thing. Didn't we get that from when we went to Oblivion? Okay, Dragonbone. Yes, the heaviest ones. So heavy now.
Okay, let us get back
Hey.
to it.
I think I have better have. I don't think I have it. What happened? I think I gave it to Princess. She should be nearby. There she is.
You got a good thing going here now that you've reopened the mines.
Good.
Don't let it go to waste.
Ebony, I need ebony. It's in the sack. Ebony. There we go. Oh, charcoal. Glad I saved this all. Right, let's forge the sword. That's kind of the easier part. It's making it, enchanting it, which is in the Morvain Manor, the counselor. You know, when I asked him about if it's the only place on the island, obviously I knew about the Skull Village, but I was actually meaning the, when it comes to Morrowind. Obviously the Skull, they're not even really, I mean, they're Nords, sort of like the Bretons, and the, Forsworn. But, you know, well, Forsworn aren't all of the Bretons. The Reachmen is what they call them in the Reach. It's like that. They're totally distinct. Same ancestors, but totally different culture, and they don't consider themselves part of the other province. Just like when this was Nord, the people of the Skull Village, they never really were part of Skyrim. And they wouldn't be. They'd be even less so part of Morrowind. Okay. Ebony Greatsword? No. Dragon Bone Mace. Dragon Bone Greatsword. Ah, yes. I have a potion. And I don't have all my equipment to make it the best. But I do have this gauntlets. It can improve weapons and armor. And... oh, yes. What is his name? Red cap. Glass armor. I've been saving this suit for him. There. Wherever he is. Hey.
Aye, matey.
Pirate. Pirate cap. Alright. He's black cap, I think he said. Take this... oh. No, I got this new suit of armor. Here.
Ooh, armor.
Yeah, you take, wait. I've got some new armor to give you.
Yay! What kind?
Glass.
Glass. Like window. Window armor.
Sort of. Tougher, though. Anyways, you don't have to wear it. Wait, why aren't you wearing your Stalrim? That's all for now. Hey.
Okay.
You need to wear your Stalrim.
Uh-huh.
About your armor.
Ooh, armor.
Where... oh, you have Blades armor? Anyways, wear your Stalrim.
Okay. Ice cap.
Oh, I see. That's why you
Yeah,
changed.
sick.
Anyways, it's better protection. Alright. Here. You actually write on it, you know. Blacksmith's Elixir. Dragonbone Great Sword. Wow, what an improvement. I just need to enchant it, and I can do that right over here.
House Redoran represents the strength and military might of the Dunman. Where there is a Redoran.
That must hurt your throat when you talk. Alright, I wouldn't mind using your, actually your cooking pot too. Your enchanting altar. Where is it? Soap. Yes. Always have to be clean. Especially now that I'm married. Otherwise she will get on my case for being smelly. Dragonbone Greatsword. Craft. Let's see, what can I would like to have Soul Trap and... you know what, being on Solstheim, I think... being on Solstheim...
You look very deep in thought.
I kinda am. Maybe absorb health. That would be good, because it takes me so long. I often get hit several times while I'm trying to swing at them.
May I have a word with you, Counselor?
Of course, Sindiri. What troubles you?
I was concerned about our food stores.
I think
Jaren
that
can
is
only
good.
carry so much on each
Now, what can I
journey,
name
and
it?
I'm afraid we might run out.
I'll speak with Garen and see if we can't
ooh.
increase the crop production this season.
By the gods, I only have... Oh, I have 11.
Sorry.
Thought I was only had 1.
I fear we'll be feasting on ash yams a bit more often this
What
year.
can I name it? I already named one Talon. Let's think. I just want to name it something simple. Like... Dragon Strike.
May I have a word with you, Counselor?
Kind of fitting, but it's simple, I know.
Of course, Sindiri. What
I'm
troubles you?
not
I was
making an
concerned
epic
about our
poem
food
name, though,
stores.
so
Joust
this is good enough. Dragon Strike.
can only carry so much on each journey, and I'm afraid we might run out.
I'll speak with Garen and see if we can't increase the...
I can sell the Blood Skull Blade. I can't disenchant anything that I picked up. You would think I would have been able to. Okay, Dragon Strike.
crop production
Way better than
this season. Sorry.
what I was using. Absorb health
I
and
fear we'll be feasting on ash
souls.
yams a bit more often this year.
Oh, excuse me, Constance. Hey, hello.
You've brought Ravenrock back from the brink, traveler. I don't know how to thank you.
I think you were talking about you lost something. Did you mention that?
A few months ago, I had sent an important folio to the first edition bookshop in the Imperial City to be rebound.
Oh, I know it.
They sent it back to me recently, but it never arrived.
I know that place. I used to go there. That I used to buy some books. I didn't have that much gold, but I bought some books there when after Auntie died, and I was too young to join the Imperial Legion. And my brother was off in the city. Older than me, he was. He was a recruit to the Legion. Was it aboard a ship?
Yes, the Strident Squall, or something like that. The damn thing sunk right off the coast of Solstheim.
So I heard.
Can you imagine?
How do you know it's on that ship?
One of the sailors survived. Poor thing crawled all the way to Raven Rock on his hands and knees. Before he died, he told the Redoran Guard about the wreck and warned us that it was going to be crawling with reavers.
I can handle them. I'll see if I can find the book for you.
Thank you. You have no idea how much it hurts losing such a precious heirloom.
Her eyes are really unusual, even for a Dunmer. The color of her eyes are even red, not just the sclera. Alright. Being that this is a perfect place to read a book, but it is not mine, and it is the Counselor of House Redoran. It is not a good spot to just go. Ancestral Tomb, huh? Well, I can go to the inn and read a book. I am getting tired. Dunmer and their ancestral tombs. Oh yeah, I've been in Carius' house. Have I not been inside here? I think I have. See that guar? It was like grey and dark. Book. History of Ravenrock. Yes, I'm going to read those books.
Incredible. The architecture here is truly something.
I think I came in here when I was here last time. Why is there mounds of dirt all over the place? Hello.
I am Arthreloth, Elder of the Reclamations and Keeper of this temple.
Arthreloth, huh?
So many gods.
Tell me, what exactly are... Redcap. What exactly are the Reclamations?
The Reclamations are the true tribunal, the Daedra that consecrate the Dunmer people. Azura,
Yes.
Methala, and Boethia. We call them the True Tribunal because they have reclaimed their place in our hearts from the false tribunal that came before.
The false tribunal, you mean, Vivek, Almalexia, and Sothasil?
Sothasil, Almalexia, and Vivek represent what was. Beings who won the Dunmer people's hearts with their actions, but blinded them just the same. They were aberrations, false prophets. They used their status as heroes to shield the true tribunal from our minds. But now that they've been destroyed, the light can finally shine upon the House of Reclamations.
Interesting. I heard no one knows what ever happened to Vivek. He just was gone one day. How do the Dunmer bury their dead?
Sounds like something from a dream, and yet it might be more strange.
What sort of dream?
I remember a temple on Solstheim, and working to build something. It was.
Wait, you're talking about Merethic?
Pleasant dream.
No. How do the Dunmer bury their dead? Not Merethic.
The Dunmer race doesn't bury their dead.
We got to put them somewhere.
To rot inside a stone sarcophagus. When a Dunmer passes, his body is given to fire, so he might return to the ash from whence he came.
Makes sense.
The Dunmer don't believe that death is the end. We believe that it's the beginning.
Makes sense because of your Red Mountain.
May Azura, Mafala, and Boethia guide you.
Oh. Why don't you just say the tribunal? Well, if you burn them to ash, then what are these?
How are you doing, love?
I'm just fine, actually. I'm looking for a place to read. Are these ash too? What even is this? Shrine of Boethia? Well, no. No. Hey. I was just blessed regardless. Okay, whatever. I don't want anything to do with Boethia. I see her as actually evil. Mafala, I see. That's that one with secrets. The one with the hand of the two-handed sword and wanted us to kill everybody in Whiterun from the Jarl's boy. But Azura is the only one. I mean, I've met her. She's spoken to me at least. Azura, please hear me. I don't like praying to anyone, not to the Nine. But I will ask for your assistance while I'm here on Solstheim. If you can. As it goes, they're the same things, after all, just on slightly different sides. She's a Daedric prince, yes, but she's been a helpful one. Oh, this just must be where the priests go to stay. This one is locked. I think it's the ancestor tomb. Don't step on these, I think they're ashes. Why don't they just throw everybody's ashes together? What is this made out of, this building? All their buildings, I think they're made out of their giant scarabs. Right, that's Boethia. Man or woman. Either or. Mafala is both. And then Azura. They're all with the spirit, the same things. They're all the Itada. But really, obviously the Nine have our best interests at heart. Azura has best interests at heart of those who worship and follow her, though. It is a slight difference. I do not worship and follow her, but I would ask for her assistance. Perhaps we have mutual interests here. Just as... Oh, you guys are Skull. Hey.
Captain Gallen does the business around here.
You're not.
I'm just a ship's mate.
They're this crew.
One moment. You look familiar.
Nope. Yes, I know I need a bath. I'll wash myself after this. Yeah, before bed. But I have books to read. I figure we might as well start with the history of Ravenrock. Volume 1 by Liren Teleno. Definitely a Dunmer. In the foreword, Ravenrock is one of the more interesting colonies of Morrowind of the last 2 centuries. So much has happened to this tiny town in such a short amount of time, and so many lives have been affected by it. I felt it necessary to describe its rich history within these volumes. During my research, I lived in Raven Rock for almost 3 years, and I got to know many of my fellow Dunmer who call Raven Rock their home. I hope that my readers will appreciate the amount of fortitude and perseverance that it must take to endure life in such an inhospitable and untamed land. Well, it is pretty wild, but, I mean, I'm used to Skyrim. The only thing I've noticed is that there's less civilization and more Reeklings, and actually I think that there's less bandits here. Raven Rock was founded in 3rd Era 427 by the East Empire Company in response to the discovery of a rich ebony mine on the southern edge of the island of Solstheim. The construction of the town took several months, and the mine immediately started yielding ebony ore that the miners shipped to Windhelm in Skyrim. Oh, okay. I thought it would go... Well, actually, that does make sense, because back then it was part of Skyrim. Makes sense it would go there, to Windhelm. I would have thought it would go to Vardenfell or the rest of mainland Morrowind, but I guess not. By 3rd Era 432, the town was home to over 30 people, all of whom depended on the mine for their livelihood. At this time, Raven Rock was almost exclusively inhabited by Imperials and a few Nords who were drawn to the mine's wealth. When the Oblivion Crisis arose in 3rd Era 433, Raven Rock remained largely untouched by Maroon's Dagon's forces, and work continued as usual. The bulk of the Imperial Guard that was stationed in Raven Rock was recalled to Cyrodiil to fight the invading forces, but a few soldiers remained behind in order to protect the ebony mine from bandits. It's uncertain whether any Oblivion Gates ever opened on Solstheim, as there appears to be no record of such an event ever occurring there. In the first year of the 4th Era, after the destruction of Aldruin, that was the Redoran capital in Vardenfell, many of the Dunmer great houses sent out small groups of their own to seek places to re-establish themselves. House Redoran's group was led by Brera Morvain, who immediately struck out for Solstheim. After some quick negotiations with the East Empire Company, and some speculate quite a bit of coin changing hands, Brera's group was allowed to settle in Raven Rock, where they quickly became a part of the mining colony's way of life. The Dunmer proved to be both hard-working and reliable when it came to working in the mines, impressing the East Empire Company and solidifying their relationship. Well, there would have been a lot of ebony mines in Vardenfell, and that was probably mined mostly by Dunmer, so I would assume they would know how to do that here. All was going quite well until that fateful day in 4th Era 5, when Red Mountain suddenly erupted, sending a massive blast. See, that is 434, so 12 years after the town was founded that this happened, sending a blast across a sea of ghosts that struck Solstheim with its full fury. Raven Rock was heavily damaged by this wave of force, which toppled several of its stone structures and obliterated many of the wooden ones. Ironically, the mine once again proved to be the town's saving grace, as most of the population of Raven Rock was working underground at the time and was completely shielded from the blast. This event wasn't without cost, however. Raven Rock was heavily dependent on nearby Fort Frostmoth for its defense, but the eruption had almost completely wiped it from the face of Solstheim. The few soldiers that survived took residence in Raven Rock itself and attempted to set up a makeshift garrison there, but these scant few were hardly a match for potential threats to their town. With the East Empire Company's permission, Brera brought in some of House Redoran's elite Redoran Guard to fill the void. The Guard proved to be an ideal replacement for the fallen Imperial soldiers and have been guarding the town ever since. History of Raven Rock Volume 2. After a few weeks, the relentless ash storms from the ever-erupting Red Mountain had transformed Solstheim's southern reaches into pure ash wastes reminiscent of those present on Vardenfell itself. The storms would leave behind deep dunes of ash that made life exceedingly difficult in Raven Rock. In order to protect the town from these drifts, Brera Morvain proposed that the East Empire Company construct a large wall of her own design to protect the east end of town. That's why they have walls. I just thought it was for normal protection. Every city in Cyrodiil has walls. The company quickly agreed and provided the necessary funds. After almost a year, the construction was complete and the huge edifice was named the Bulwark. The wall proved to be extremely effective and allowed work to continue unabated in the mines. In 4th Era 16, when Solstheim was passed into the hands of the Dunmer people, didn't the King of Skyrim give Solstheim to the Dunmer to Morrowind? The East Empire Company was forced to relinquish Raven Rock's control to House Redren. The council quickly named Brera Morvain as councillor of their new town and allowed her to rule Solstheim as she saw fit. As a result of this changing of the guard, almost the entire imperial population left Raven Rock and returned to Cyrodiil. Brera continued to welcome the Dunmer that elected to settle on Solstheim. Some chose to stay in Raven Rock to work in the mines, and others took to more familiar territory and began a nomadic lifestyle in the Ash Wastes. Okay. I mean, I've seen a few Dunmer bandits, but the next few decades were the golden years for Raven Rock. I would think this would be the harshest because of what happened to Red Mountain. Brera Morvain was keeping the peace. The mines were still producing large quantities of ebony, and the Dunmer that lived on the island were happy. After almost 50 years of prosperity, in 4th Era 65, Brera Morvain finally succumbed to old age and passed away. She must have been old. She was interred in the family's ancestral tomb, and her son, Lero Morvain, I met him, took her place. The people who had lived in Raven Rock during Brera's time as councillor were pleased to discover that Lero shared his mother's notions of rulership. He was fair and compassionate, which kept the people on the island quite happy for many decades. These aren't very big books. Last one. Volume 3. All was going well in Raven Rock until 4th Era 95, when an attempt on Lero's life was made without warning. Fortunately, the attack was unsuccessful thanks to the prowess of the Redren Guard. Under questioning by Captain Modin Velith, met him, the assassin was revealed to be Villar Yulin of House Hlalu. House Hlalu had been at odds with House Redren for years following their removal from the Council of Great Houses, because they supported the Empire. The Hlalu believed that House Redren was instrumental in this reorganization and have held a grudge ever since. Their attempt at Lero's life was meant to send a message to the Council that House Redren was not as mighty as they purported to be, and that they were truly vulnerable and weak. The Redren Guard investigated further and discovered that Villar had been organizing a coup in Raven Rock in an attempt to fully wrest control of the island from Lero's grasp. Villar and his conspirators were executed and the coup was quelled. That'll do it. Several recent events have served to solidify the Dunmer people's respect for Lero Morvain. In 4th Era 130, the bulwark began to show its age and threatened to crumble. The councillor elected to use the bulk of his personal fortune to have it repaired. In 4th Era 150, a small force of Argonians landed on Solstheim with the intent of wreaking havoc on the island, and Councillor Morvain led the charge against them personally. In 4th Era 170, when the ebony mine finally began to dry up, he drained the remainder of his coffers, keeping the people fed. By 4th Era 181, the mine's ebony veins were completely exhausted. Lero ordered the mine to be shut down, and Raven Rock turned to hunting and fishing for its trade. A few Dunmer families departed Solstheim and returned to the mainland, but most stayed behind. At present, Lero Morvain is still the ruler of Raven Rock. The Redren Guard continues to maintain order within the town and the surrounding area, keeping Raven Rock's residents safe and in line. If even so much as a rumor of dissent reaches Lero's ears, he has it quashed immediately. He is well aware that there may be a few Hlalu loyalists still present among her population that would like to see him dead. The future may appear bleak for Raven Rock, but the spirit of its inhabitants will never be broken. Should be a lot better now that the ebony mines have reopened. Anyways, time for a bath. Make love to my wife, then bed. I'm tired. You see, my map has a ship off the coast, and I don't think that there would be any other reason unless it had foundered. Let's go south then, and we'll go there first. Then we'll go visit Fort Frostmoth and see about this undead Falx Cariath. I'm going to enchant a better ring than what I have. This is why I kept my smithing and enchanting skills as they are. Alright.
You are enchanting or disenchanting.
Funny.
Depending what mood
Fortify
you're in.
two-handed, and what else could I have? Operator's Will. What does that even do? Fire resistance, frost resistance, shock resistance. Pff, wow. Look at the resistance it adds. Why would I say no to that? Well, the only thing that my current ring does is 30% for 200. This is 40. Plus the resistance that this grants me is pretty amazing. It is not the same as before, which, what is it? Not healing. Not magicka regen. Restoration. Yeah. Well, I can't get away from that resistance. That does make me invincible. Or more invincible than I already am. I think the resistance is better even if it requires a bit more healing. Soul gem. Use one of my grand souls. What do I name it? Ring of... Immunity? How many? And death? Maybe that's a bit too much. But ring of immunity and death? Well, I mean, that is correct. Right? Ring of immunity and death. They need more merchants in town. There's just not enough people to sell these things to. Okay, ring of immunity and death. There. Now. I wouldn't want to face me in battle. Well. Meaning with this sword. Okay. She didn't say explicitly where it was, but it should be here, I'm guessing. And if not, we'll have an interesting thing to go see on the way to Fort Frostmoth. Ugh, these creatures.
One moment.
Huh?
You look familiar.
You should know who I am. Everybody's in town's probably talking to me. About me. And actually, they are talking to me. Well, I do see a big ship. I don't know if it's beached. Let's ride. Now, finally, I can go do what I want on the island. I feel free. I can go... Hey, look at the giant mushrooms in the distance. I think I saw those before. What is this? Bandits. What? What does that sound? Stupid bandits. Much better.
Just give us your gold, could you?
Nope.
You'll do this the hard way.
Enough of this.
Is someone there?
Just finished.
This one keeps healing herself.
I'll kill you.
Oh, stop it.
Come on.
Can you just fry her up?
Should have come here.
Ashes to ashes.
Wow. It worked well against the first one, but the second one doesn't help when she keeps on healing herself. Trauma root. Yeah, everyone's here. What does that sound? I'm not used to all the wildlife sounds here. Well, let's I have the wrong arrow. Let's continue what, Jib. Start. That was a bad shot. Where'd my arrow go? Wasn't ready. Here it is. Okay, I think there's another body to find, search through. Oh! I know I saw green stuff coming out of her, but was she spewing this stuff? She worked for Periite. Oh, this is a gore. Huh. Wonder if I couldn't cook this. Tastes like chicken, maybe? I don't need princess, we're already here. Duh, look at the bodies impaled on the outside. I don't think this place will welcome us. They made like a fort out of it? I see somebody up there. I don't think this is the right place. Earthstone. Well, where would it be? That's the... Wait, let me see. What did she say? Locate Cinderio Folio from the wreck of the Strident Squall. Then I don't know what ship she's talking about. Where is the Strident Squall? This is the only boat on my map, and for some reason it's not sunk. At least I don't think it is. Well, see, this is the thing. I could go there, but what if somebody wants me to get something from there? I will save it till after we deal with this Falx Carius. Otherwise I might have to come back. I do want to see what's there. There's somebody in some kind of bone armor. Some bonehead in bone armor. Ooh. Oh, it's a family again. Why do I keep on running into these things with these netches with families? Why can't they just have no family? I don't want to kill a mama or a papa and leave the babies. That's not on my map. Somebody's home.
Who's there?
What? Oh! Ash! Ash, what do you call these things?
Win. Flawless victory.
That was easy. See, I hear... What is that spray? Is that Spriggan? Whatever it is asking for a bone arrow. Right through it. Honestly, I don't know if that is a Spriggan.
Indigo, red cap, always win.
Looked weird. See if they have a baby too. All these ones have babies. Huh, it is a Spriggan. Please don't push me. Constance. What are you?
Having fun, my friend?
Yep, I like playing with the corpses of the dead that I kill. Excuse me. Well, it killed someone here. Some Nord? Sorry, but you won't be needing these. Take all those.
So, what's inside?
Flawless Emerald. Amulet of Mara. I am married. Oh. I'm surprised I'm not coughing more. It's everywhere in the air. Right, we have a place to ransack, or a place to search. And there's the... What is that sound? Is that these seagulls? Oh, that's a raven right there. Maybe this place was attacked by these ash spawns. Spawn ash. Ash spawn. can open it. Need a bit more training with lockpicking. Used to be a master. East Empire Pendant. Aren't I looking for those? How many of those do I need? I think it's one of my minor quests. Locate the East Empire Pendants for Fethys, Alor, and Raven Rock. Place is not suitable to inhabit. Huh, that's from Princess. Hraldolf's house. I think I found his body. Alright then. What am I looking at? Is that the Gwar? What is that? It's got like an armored head with spikes coming out the front. And big teeth. Wait, I think I saw some of the... Who hit me? One of you two. I think I've seen some of them in Skyrim. I don't know what they're called though. Oh, that looks like an ash spawn up there. This is the old fort, huh? Where's the front entrance? All Imperial forts are built the same. I know because I lived for 10 years in Cyrodiil. Somebody's fighting magic. Ash spawn. I really should be using my two-handed sword. Hey, where are you going? What? Nick sounds. Kind of like wolves back home. Ash spawn. And Nick sounds. Hey, where do you think you're going? I'm trying to chop you in half. And you're running away? Listen to the sound of all those souls being trapped. Another one. Who are you? Guess I should have asked that before I got her. Stab after you ask. I'm not eating those things. Okay, princess, since you're following me around everywhere, let's just go. What is this? Looks like a campsite. Oh. Doesn't look like they fare very well. I think this is a bandit. Huh. Dunmer bandits. I have enough salt now, I don't need to get any more. Like 45 salt on me. That's going to last a while. Trauma root. Is it trauma? Where's the main entrance? Huh. Maybe it's... It would make sense that the ash spawn would be here because that's what's attacking Raven Rock walls. Oh, those are big. Well, that is the largest mushroom I've ever seen. That must be the Telvanni place. That's a Gwar. That's a... What's that? See 3 or 4 guys down there? Are they hunting? Hey, there's a niche. Looks like it's alone. I could possibly take that out. Was a lighthouse. It's ash spawn over there. Maybe we can climb up. Let's kill this thing though. Don't like how slow I am. Ah. You alright? Oh, where'd you come from? These things aren't particularly strong, at least not against us. Somebody died here. Old lighthouse. Oh. That's a whole bunch of ships. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What happened here? Well, they're not doing too well. Maybe this is where the boats... You see giant mushrooms across... That's Vardenfell there. This actually is probably the closest I've been to Vardenfell. That's blocked off. Well, that's that then. I've got to find a way into this place. I don't suppose this Falx Carius is going to, what do you call... Oh. I don't suppose he's going to invite us in for tea. Ah. I need the practice. Come here. Stand still now. Ah. Okay, you're actually hurting me. Practice isn't supposed to hurt back.
Fort
Did you hear that?
Frostmoth will never fall. Long live the Empire!
What? Are these maybe what's left of the Imperial garrison? Ooh, that was a waste. Waste of my strength. Come here. Oh look, there's an entrance right here. That always happens to me. How did I not see it, I guess? Huh. I'll go down there afterwards to search. I don't know if our ship is there, though. But you heard that. That sounded like a... maybe an Imperial yelling? Place for smiths. Huh. Now it's a place of ash. Princess waiting down there patiently. At least she's not trying to follow us in. That's what Lucian's horse would do. Like right up to my face following us in. Getting in the way of everything following us in. Can't seem to open this. Well... Here it is then. Let's see what's inside here. I don't imagine that there's anyone still alive. They must be maybe ash spawn. Maybe Falx Carius is just some kind of ash spawn, but he's sentient? Wow, that was a lot of history packed into one video. I hope that it came across well and it wasn't too much. I feel it's important to know the lore of the land you are adventuring in when you play RPGs like these. This is why I was considering doing a small lore section at the beginning of Star Wars: The Knights of the Old Republic, for Dishonored as well as for Mass Effect. In completely different fantasy or sci-fi universes that aren't supposed to be our world, be it the past or our supposed future, it's a little more difficult to tell the story of what's going on because the whole thing is completely unknown. Star Wars is quite the familiar sci-fi story, even though it's nothing to do with our future or that Earth is even in it. But humans are the central part of the story, and it's known well enough that I shouldn't even have to bother with explaining the basics, other than the fact that it is around 4,000 years before the events of the first Star Wars movie, A New Hope, or even just the prequels. As for Dishonored, I think that most people, including many who have played it, are not familiar with the game's lore, and trust me, it's somewhat lacking in many areas compared to the Forgotten Realms, The Elder Scrolls, or Star Wars, so to catch the viewer up, I would just have to give a quick rundown of what you're about to be watching. Ever the curious person, I always look up game lore when I get into a game, if just to answer some questions I might have. The Dishonored world is very unique and, well, strange compared to most fantasy universes, so it wouldn't hurt to have a quick lore intro just to get everyone acquainted with the game's background first. Because really, all you have is your character at the very start, Corvo, who is on a ship docking, returning from an assignment from the Empress, and then when you meet her, all hell breaks loose. I think everyone really just focuses on the gameplay, but in reality the world is so unique, though I wouldn't say I'd like it as a place I would want to live in, but it is so unique and quite dark with everything going on around you. The game from a story standpoint seems really about justice, and you as Corvo get to choose just what kind of justice that is. Assassination, or exposing the enemy and taking them down in the least bloody way possible. I look forward to starting that Let's Roleplay. Thanks for watching. Take care.